दानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे राम राम हरे। जय राधा मदन मोहन राधा मदन मोहन राधे। जय 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 जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा। जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सदा भय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचल श्रीदास ठाकुर की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। हरे कृष्णा। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 21st, Text 44. We'll recite together the sloka text and we'll read the translation and purport given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Gunayanam Shiladhanam Kritagyam Vriddhashrayam Samvranatenu Sampada Prasidatam Brahmakulam Gavam Cha Janardanasanucharascha Mayam Gunayanam Shiladhanam Kritagyam Vriddhashrayam Samvranatenu Sampada Prasidatam Brahmakulam Gavam Cha Janardanasanucharasayam Gunayanam Shiladhanam Kritagyam Vriddhashrayam Samvranatenu Sampada Prasidatam Brahmakulam Gavam Cha Janardanasanucharascha Mayam. Gunayanam Shiladhanam Kritagyam Vriddhashrayam Samvranatenu Sampada Prasidatam Brahmakulam Gavam Cha Dhanam Sanucharascha Mayam. Dhanam Shiladhanam Kritagyam Vriddhashrayam Samvranatenu Sampada Prasidatam Brahmakulam Gavam Cha Janardanascha Nucharascha Mayam. Gunayanam Shiladhanam Kritagyam Vriddhasrayam sambranatenu sampada Prasidatam brahmakulam gavam cha Janardanasya anucharasya mayam. Word meaning? Gunayanam. One who has acquired all the good qualities. Siladanam. One whose wealth is good behavior. Kritagyam. One who is grateful. Vriddhasrayam. One who takes shelter of the learned. Samvranate. Achieves. Anu. Certainly. Sampadaha. All opulences. Prasidatam. Be pleased upon. Brahmakulam. The Brahmana class. Gavam. The cows. Cha. And Janardanaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sa. With. Anucharaha. Along with his devotees. Cha. And Mayam. Upon me. Translation. Whoever acquires the Brahmanical qualifications, whose only wealth is good behavior, who is grateful, and who takes shelter of experienced persons, gets all the opulence of the world. I therefore wish that the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his associates be pleased with the Brahmana class, with the cows, and with me. Please repeat. Whoever acquires the Brahmanical qualification, whose only wealth is good behavior, who is grateful, and who takes shelter of experienced person, gets all the opulence of the world. I therefore wish that the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his associates be pleased with the Brahmana class, with the cows, and with me. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped with the prayer Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanayitaya Cha. Thus it is clear that the Supreme Personality of Godhead respects and protects the Brahmanas and Brahmanical culture as well as the cows. In other words, wherever there are Brahmanas and Brahmanical culture, there are cows and cow protection. In a society or civilization in which there are no Brahmanas or Brahmanical culture, cows are treated as ordinary animals and slaughtered at the sacrifice of human civilization. The specific mention of the word Gavam by Prithu Maharaj is significant because the Lord is always associated with cows and his devotees. In pictures, Lord Krishna is always seen with cows and his associates, such as the cowherd boys and the gopis. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, cannot be alone. Therefore, Prithu Maharaj said, Sa Anucharas, indicating that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is always associated with his followers and devotees. A devotee acquires all the good qualities of the demigods. He is Gunayanam, the reservoir of all good qualities. His only asset is good behavior, and he is grateful. Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki jai. Gratitude for the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is one of the qualities of Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Everyone should feel grateful to the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he is maintaining all living entities and supplying all their necessities. As stated in the Vedas Kathopanishad 2.2.13, Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman. The Supreme One is supplying all necessities to the living entities. The living entity who is therefore grateful to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is certainly qualified with good characteristics. The word Vruddhashrayam is very significant in this verse. Vruddha refers to one who is advanced in knowledge. There are two kinds of old men, he who is advanced in years and he who is experienced in knowledge. One who is advanced in knowledge is actually Vruddha, Jnana Vruddha. One does not become Vruddha simply by advancing in age. Vruddhashrayam, a person who takes shelter of a superior person who is advanced in knowledge, can acquire all the good qualities of a Brahmana and be trained in good behavior. When one actually attains good qualities, becomes grateful for the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and takes shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. He is endowed with all opulence. Such a person is Brahmana or Vaishnava. Therefore, Prithu Maharaj invokes the blessings and mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead with his associate devotees, Vaishnavas, Brahmanas, and cows. Om Namo Bhagavate. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Bande Sri Guru Dina. So I seek blessings from all the Vaishnavas sitting here, especially His Grace Anandmaya Prabhu, to speak on this, on the Bhagavatam, and because we see Maharaj Prithu, even though he is Shaktavesh avatar and he is fully Shakta, because he is Shaktavesh avatar, so he is ruling the world in a very devotional way. So, and see Maharaj is also invoking the blessings and mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead, not only along with his associates, devotees, Vaishnavas, Brahmanas, and cows. So we have to seek blessings from all of them actually. Not only God that to seek blessing, you have to seek blessings from everyone actually. Mentioned here means those who are his associated, as he say, sa anucharaha. Sa anucharaha. So we see here King Prithu is teaching, advising, instructing to his citizens. How? By remaining truthful, grateful, faithful to the Lord and his true representatives. This is Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. One So one's life will become blissful by demonstrating self-exemplary manner. Means he is not only instructing to others, he is taking instruction to himself also. That is a self-exemplary manner actually he is teaching. So a good ruler or a leader or a guide, a father, mother, teacher or anyone in responsible position is who, before giving instructions to other, see that he is following the same. This is what Maharaj Prithu is demonstrating actually. Then Raja and Praja, authority and dependent persons, both will be happy. Get all the opulences of the world. Here it says, Samvranatenu sampadaha. This is the description is here, how one get. So King Prithu not only glorifying Lord for his all merciful nature, he is also glorifying Brahmanas and Vaishnavas in order to firmly establish bhakti. So bhakti means Bhagavan, Bhakta and Bhakti. So it's not simply Bhagavan and ourselves. It involves all bhaktas also actually. So when we want bhakti, then we should have the association with that. That is what we call association of devotees. So we should seek blessings of all actually. So in this sloka, King Prithu summarizing what he has been glorifying so far actually. So now he is concluding, that is a concluding verse of his so many previous verses. He is speaking about Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. So he is all praising to Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. So his conclusion, he is concluding in this verse. So we see how he started glorifying the Brahmanas. In the first we see that he has given the first caution about the Brahmana and Vaishnava. That is, a royal family should not exhibit its material prowess before Brahmana and Vaishnava. He is instructing himself first, because he is a royal family. He is not instructing to citizens. That because a person sitting on a higher position, royal position, because of their prowess, they may offend actually. There is a possibility of offenses happening. It says no. So, what is? Kunti Maharani says that Bhoge, Aishwarya, Janma Aishwarya Sutasri. This may result in doing offenses. So here, Aishwarya is there, he is born as a kingly Janma Aishwarya, Sruta Sri, everything is there. Because we see that how the discussion is going on about his qualities, about his behavior, about his nature, everything is being described. So he is all Janma Aishwarya Sutta Sri. So there is a possibility of offenses being made. So he is instructing himself, caution, no more offenses. So Vaishnava Aparad. Because for power, because why we should not offend a Brahmana, especially because of their power of tolerance, penances, austerity, knowledge and education, because they are learned people. That is the thing is there. Then again glorifying or they are the cause of Lord's reputation. They are spreading the Lord's reputation, and because by spreading the Lord's reputation, it is purifying effect in the world. That is what the Brahmanas are doing. So important, Brahmanas. And also he praises because we have to serve them and it will pleases the Lord. By serving them, Lord will be pleased actually. Because they are very dear to Lord. That's why. And also he praises that serving them serving them is satisfying and liberating without the delay. We may serve Lord, it may take longer time, but by serving the Brahmanas and where the liberation is very quick, faster than directly serving the Lord actually. Because they are very dear to Lord actually. They are representing the Lord in this material world actually. And the Lord eats through their mouths. And he get more pleasures. Just like we have seen so many indirectly in the fire sacrifice also Lord is eating. And so and we are offering bhoga to Lord when we give foods to Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, he is more pleased actually there. And they support the Vedas. These are the what is called Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Why they are being so praised here? This is all the reasons are there because for they support the Vedas, they have faith in Vedas, they have austerity, and they draw the scriptural conclusions. It is very difficult because Vedas, so many things are there, but they draw the conclusion about Sat, Chit, Anand. All the three items they draw from. Otherwise, simply just by fulfilling our desire in the material world, also it is mentioned there, Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Upasana Kanda are there. So they draw the conclusion from Upasana Kanda. Why this Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda is there? To do proper Upasana, to give pleasure to the Lord. So all the three aspects of Sat, Chit, Anand, they draw and give us to us actually. And they are sense controlled persons, mind controlled, and their meditation to they are always meditation to illuminate the real goal of the life, to give pleasure to the Lord actually. So that is why the Brahmanas are so important actually. And in the previous sloka also it is mentioned, their dust is to be carried on one's head actually. So important actually there. So Lotus Feet of Brahmana, until the end of my life, not temporarily. And he who can carry such dust on his head is very soon relieved of all the reactions which arise from sinful life. So mostly because the Kali Yuga is full of sins. So very quickly, very soon relieved. And eventually he develops all good and desirable qualities. That's why it's so important. So all these praises Prithu has made, now he is concluding in this one verse. All the praises actually. So this is the executive summary of all his, when we say of Brahmanical culture and Vaishnava culture. Or is the complete package of Krishna consciousness now he is giving. What is the Brahmanical culture Vaishnava? Is Krishna consciousness. They are practicing Krishna consciousness. So Gunayanam. So how we know one who is acquired all good qualities? By three things. Siladhanam, Kritagyam, Vriddhasrayam. This is the full package of Krishna consciousness actually. That is, one who is truthful, Kritagya, one who is grateful, and Vriddhasrayam, one who is faithful. Then only one can be blissful. That is there. So, truthful means Siladhanam, start with Brahmanical culture. Grateful, the same Brahmanical culture means then Vaishnava culture. It's a there is a difference, is there? One can be Brahmanas by studying on his own, and another by the mercy of Vaishnavas, one can develop the Brahmanical quality there. One with self-endeavor, another with the mercy development. There's a difference is there actually. And this is he is establishing Brahmanical culture, Vaishnava culture, and Bhagavat culture. All the cultures are there, summarized in this sloka actually. So, at least Brahmanical culture, this is the beginning actually, not the end in it actually. At least one should be truthful. Without truthful, there can be no gratefulness, there can be no faithfulness actually. So, from beginning with this Brahmani culture, move on to desirable, this is a minimum, and desirable is to move on to gratefulness and faithfulness. To change our desire, one with the Lord, that is wanting to please Krishna. Simply Brahmanical culture is, there is no, if it not got with, by the mercy of Vaishnavas and Bhagavata, it will not have that desire to please Lord. It will only to be situated in goodness, that is truthfulness. That's enough. Then that means he will become the center of his life. Even Brahmanical culture, one can be situated in his own, not this desire to please Krishna is not there actually. So, because of our sinful tendencies, the rebellious consciousness has developed, and we want to reach to the Vaikuntha consciousness, from rebellious to Vaikuntha. And there are in between so much of there, that is from rebellious to, we have to come to Vaikuntha consciousness. There is an envious consciousness, there is a duplicitous nature, doership mentality is there, that is diplomatic nature, consciousness are there. If we want to move from rebellious to Vaikuntha, so many tendencies are there actually. And selfish consciousness there, that is fruitive mentality, what is there for me? So diplomatic and duplicitous, fruitive mentality, and then perplexity is there, confusion is there, and all these are foolish mentality, means independent mindedness are there. Even if you start from rebellious consciousness to Vaikuntha consciousness, so many problems are there in between. That has to be addressed. Without that, simply one cannot move from rebellious to Vaikuntha directly. All these have to be addressed actually. So Prabhupada says that's why Krishna consciousness is easy to understand but difficult to practice. Easy to understand means rebelliousness to Vaikuntha. Easy to understand. But practice, in between so many things are there actually. So this is because science of relationship. This is science of relationship. It's a behavioral science which always changing, because goodness, passion and ignorance always competing and changing. It will not remain static. They are dynamic actually. Which guna will come at what time, we don't know actually. So we are in false ego zone and predominantly passion and ignorance, trying to cultivate goodness. This is our situation. We have to move to Vaikuntha consciousness. First we have to reach to goodness. That is called Brahmanical culture is there actually. So, and here Prabhupada says, if that culture is not there, the sacrifice, people will be become demonic. They are killing the cows at the sacrifice of human civilization. That is not true civilization, actually. Then will not be protected. If cows are not protected, then how the peace will be there in the. That is what Prabhupada is mentioning. So, because Krishna is always with cows and with his devotees, associates, so no one can be harmed actually. If we want to please Krishna, then we have to protect everyone who are dear to Krishna actually. So here he says, a devotee acquire all good qualities of the demigods. So what is that first quality that is summarizing? His only asset is good behavior. That is truthfulness. Without truthful, good behavior will not come actually. It's only then superficial. Gunayanam means the reservoir of good quality which is following the Shastra. If we get gunas, means one who follows the Shastra is called Shastri. That is called Gunayanam. Shastri is called Gunayanam. But we are not simply want Shastri. Mentioned about the qualities, they are following the Vedas and cultivating all the qualities of austerity, penances, and all these qualities they are cultivating. But that is not enough, because one has to move on. And that is what Bhakti, Prathu Maharaj is teaching, how to become Bhakti Shastri, actually. So this goodness, cultivation of goodness is not enough. It has to be maintained and sustained. That is what is there. When one's good qualities comes, how it can be maintained? By gratitude. Without that, it will remain a superficial. When required, we will present. Otherwise, no. Gratitude maintain the good qualities actually. And sustained. Vriddhasraya. When we follow the instructions of those who are sustaining it, we will sustain. It's maintaining continuously, constantly. If we require shelter, we require the mercy of those who are sustaining it actually. That is Vriddhasrayam. Gratitude is to maintain. Shiladhanam is to cultivate. Is there. Shastri only. We have to move on from Shastri to Bhakti Shastri actually. That is what is there. Just that's why when we studying Shastra, it's not enough that we read the Shastras. We have to get trained for gratitude actually. Training is required for gratitude. That is what is there. So training means his first instruction, self-applying. Caution, no more offenses, brahmanas and cows. Then only instruction, preaching, teaching, guiding, advising, all these things will come actually there. So that is called das. We have to start with das. Das in preparation, das in cultivation, das in execution, and das in perfection. That is dasanudas. This is the whole package is given in this sloka actually. How to become dasanudas. Without serving all the Vaishnavas and Brahmanas and not having the offense, not means chanting without offense, all these are there actually required actually. So when we practice in this way, that is what he is advising to his all citizens, be careful. First he is making himself alert, then telling be careful. That is, then we'll know whether when we say no, we are chanting In the chanting, we know whether creepers are developing or weeds are developing. Then when we are grateful, we'll know. It is inward. Gratitude means see whether I am following or not first. So then we'll know, oh, instead of creepers of bhakti growing, weeds are growing actually. And this is because gratitude means we focus on mercy. We are not capable of. Because by Lord's mercy and by Vaishnava's mercy, and we only can maintain the good qualities, we can sustain the good quality. This is the basis of personalism. If we are not grateful, then we'll be moving towards impersonalism, actually, to Vaishnavas and Acharyas. So that means practicing personalism in impersonal way, actually, without gratitude. This the thing is there, actually. I heard also from senior Maharajas, compassion without detachment is attachment to the bodily platform. Even though by getting good qualities, we see so many people are doing some mano sevas, they are compassionate towards so many entities, jivadaya, so many things are happening. But they are with attachment. And gratitude start of detachment. Without that, there is no detachment. So then means material platform. Art, whatever our compassion is there, it is on material platform. We cannot distinguish what is there. Oh, we are also doing Mano Seva. No, but we have to do under the Madhav Seva, not independent Mano Seva actually. Because we are able to do, because we got this by the mercy. So we have to give same mercy to the others. That's all. Via media, transparent via media. Another way of understanding gratitude is self-honesty. Where from I got? I am giving to others. I am compassionate to others. But is it mine? No. It is given by Lord. Understanding that I have to be very self-honest. From whom I got all this knowledge, all these my resources, aishwaryas, all these things I got from Lord actually. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nameruchi, Jivadaya, Vaishnava Seva actually. It's not saying Nameruchi, Jivadaya, Nameruchi, Jivadaya. No. Nameruchi, Jivadaya, Vaishnava Seva. This comes under Vaishnava Seva. If there is no Vaishnava Seva, without Vaishnava Seva, no gratitude. Only Jivadaya. That too, unattached platform, that I am the doership. That because from rebellious mentality to Vaikuntha mentality, there are so many consciousness are there. One is doership. I am the doer actually. Is there actually. So this is the journey of Shraddha to Prema actually. So we see Shraddha Sabde Viswase Sudruda Nischay Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Kruta Hai actually. So we have, so even then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given, even to develop Shraddha, we have to take the Nama. Because we have to take the truth, supreme truth only. Independent of supreme truth, we want to be truthful, then we will be defeated. That's why our Nama Sankirtan is given. Because we are taking the shelter of Lord's name. Now, whatever truthfulness will develop, it will, because we are developing through the mercy of the Lord actually. That's the beginning of Shraddha actually. So, Shraddha, then, so that is why Sikshastakam teaches this only. Then we have to develop Viswasa, faith. Tranadapi sunichena tarorapi saisnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadhari. That will develop the gratitude in us. Actually, if we practice this, this is a gratitude. Cultivation of gratitude is there actually. And then, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. That is what? Sudrida Nischay, ahetuki bhakti starts actually from there. Then, then we see what is our status actually. So, this is the journey of truthfulness to self honesty, that is gratitude, to faithfulness. So, no independence, no independent desire, na dhanam, na janam. Actually, that is the no independent desire. Then we'll be blissful actually. This is the path of Krishna consciousness. Here also Prabhupada says that his only asset is good behavior and he is grateful. Gratitude for the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is one of the qualities of Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Grateful for mercy. Focusing on mercy actually. Everyone should feel grateful to the Supreme Personality of Godhead because He is maintaining all living entities and supplying all their necessities. If you are not grateful, our truthfulness cannot be maintained. If we are not focusing on the mercy of Lord, we will be changing. Then we will be moving. We will not be maintained. Truth cannot be maintained. Will not be self-honest. That is there actually. All these are by mercy because Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadadi. He is only the supplier. Nothing is ours. So how can we remain ungrateful? That is the first point actually. Without remaining grateful, there is no start of bhakti. It's an impersonal bhakti, mixed bhakti actually. Pure bhakti start with gratitude actually. That is what is mentioned here. And we have to take shelter not from persons who are old in age. They are jnana vruddha, those realized persons. It is mentioned here. One who is advanced in knowledge is actually Vruddha, Jnana Vruddha. One does not become Vruddha simply by advancing in age. So Vruddhasrayam, a person who takes shelter of a superior person who is advanced in knowledge can acquire all the good qualities of a Brahmana and be trained in good behavior. Training is required from. There is a, up to truthfulness, one can self-acquisition is there. Gratitude under training. Start trained. Vruddhasraya actually. When one actually attains good qualities, become grateful for the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, he is endowed with all opulence. All opulence will come automatically, no need of separate endeavor for gaining the opulence actually. Such a person is Brahmana or Vaishnava. So how to become a true Brahmana or Vaishnava is given the complete package after glorifying the Brahmanical culture, Vaishnava culture and Bhagavat culture. Then, and that's why he is invoking blessing from the Lord. Please be blessed upon me. What is saying? Sa Brahma Janardana Sa Anucharaschamayam. Not only your mercy, I need mercy of your associates, your devotees, Vaishnavas, Brahmanas and cows. We need mercy of everyone. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Please forgive me for anything spoken wrongly. Any questions? Any doubt? Any comment?
Well, that was a great point, that good qualities and truthfulness cannot be sustained by without gratitude, and gratitude is not something that can be self-actuated. It is under training. So I want to understand that a little bit more, Prabhu. If you can, please help us, because people say, hey, you should be grateful. You have received all of this stuff from,
The training is required because this is a science of relationship is there. So we have to be interested in relationship. What is the ungratefulness, sir? We learn so many things and we try to become grateful. without the mercy of that person, or without being grateful to that person. So whatever we are getting, we have to grateful to immediate person also. That is called, one has to be dutifully grateful, gratefully dutiful. Then that is the point actually. First we have to try to learn grateful, how I can remain grateful. That we can start with, I gave the, so many things are there actually to becoming grateful. Whenever, every time we pray to the Lord, and then we can say, so that is called, this is called our vismriti to smriti. We forgot the Lord, our relationship with the Lord. How to revive that? To be aware of who is invoking, or who is inspiring, or who is illuminating the knowledge in us. Immediate persons are also there. Because we have to be grateful, Lord. Lord, thank you, Lord. You have given this person who is illuminating your relationship in me. So it's called sa anucharaha, not only to God, but to the person who is also. He may not be a, only Narad, immediate person. How we came to Krishna consciousness, somebody has given books, or somebody has given prasadam, or somebody has called, come to temple, and we participate in temple. We have to be grateful. Actually, now we have to be grateful to the pujaris, because they are so beautifully decorating Lord. Is it coming into heart? Nothing is there. No, we have to be grateful to Pujari. Without that, we cannot see the Lord in such a beautiful form, actually. And now we are going to get prasadam. Who is cooking? But we are nicely offering, honoring prasadam. We have to be grateful to the cooks, actually. We are sitting nicely here. Somebody has laid this carpet. We have to be grateful to that person. Somebody has cleaned the temple hall. We have to be grateful to that person. Like that, the gratitude is go on expanding, actually. Somewhere we have to start. Somewhere we have to start. At least in our house, somebody is feeding us, somebody is giving water, everywhere. It's not that I am only, I am only not getting it. Ultimately, one is there, everything is coming by mercy only now. At least we can focus on mercy, that everything is coming by mercy. So that is the focus on mercy is there actually in gratitude. It's very easy to start from anywhere actually. But it is required, again, training. And sustainability required, maintainability is required actually. This is the practice. So one has to be, try to be grateful first, then serve with gratitude. Then it will maintain. If we don't try to be grateful, then our service will be in ungrateful manner. Then we are doing so much, then we are expecting from that service, I need this, I deserve this, all these things are coming. When we are grateful, no, I got so much, I have to do out of gratitude. That things comes out actually. So first, so many avenues, so many opportunities are there to be grateful actually. I think smaller way. Any question? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय.